Response Network's Communications Officer, Kaz Mangala, and today we're at the office having a semi-formal mini interview with our sports team. So enjoy. Okay, good morning everyone. Today we are here at Response Network's head office, well, only office, in Livingstone, Zambia, and I have with me our two colleagues. I'm sure you've seen them all over our social media, on our website, etc. if you've been following us. So I'll let them introduce themselves, guys.
Yes, my name is Amon Kasweka. I'm the Sports Facilitation Officer at Response Network.
And Madam?
And my name is Songo Annette. I'm also facilitation or Sports Facilitation Officer at Response Network.
Okay, so they're both under the sports program, right?
Yes.
Can you explain to our viewers when exactly did this program start, and is it funded by anyone?
Yes, the sports program is called the Sports for Development. This program started in 2005 when Response Network was registered. So this program is funded by NIF, the Norwegian Olympic and Paralympic Committee and Confederation of Sports. So our many funders are from Norway and Sweden. So this program, we have 5 focus areas. The first focus area being on awareness. So we create awareness, or we use sports as a tool to create awareness on issues that affect the youths, women and persons with disability. So we use sports to create awareness on HIV, AIDS, COVID-19, gender-based violence, incest, and also we use it as a tool to bring down cases of misconduct in sports. We make sure that we create a safe and conducive environment for participants for a program called Safe Sports. And we also talk about participation and also encouraging or inspiring youths to be in leadership position. So that is our second focus area. The third focus area is on creating more sports facilities. So we talk to the communities through the village authorities, the headmen, to allow or to give land to the teams so that they own land for sports and recreational activities in their respective communities. So thereby we also encourage them to have documentation, like they need to have documentation which will act as a proof even when the village hitman dies or shifts, but the land will still remain for the use of the community. And another focus area is on knowledge. So since we work with government line ministries and other sports organizations, we normally attend different trainings where we receive updates on the laws of the game or any update maybe from federations or association like Football Association of Zambia or Referees Association of Zambia. Then we keep ourselves updated so that we deliver effective program to the target communities.
Okay, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Annette, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, like my colleague has said, our Response Network, our philosophy is to use its self-help.
Yeah.
So encouraging people to use the local available resources. And in the sports program, we mainly look at inspiring, motivating and encouraging. Apart from sports, we also encourage them to engage themselves into income generating activities. By so doing, they change their lives they use the local available resources that are surrounding them, like making of brooms. They make chairs to sell and get money, and in the long run you find they can afford to put a meal on their tables, and they can also take their children to school. Yeah.
Okay, so that's regarding income generating activities via the self-help methodology.
Yeah.
Now, in a sports aspect, what locally available resources or what self-help games or equipment can people utilize, not necessarily just in the rural areas, but even around anywhere?
Yeah, mainly since we are always focusing in the rural areas, I'll give examples because that's where we've seen people making the equipment from locally available resources. Mostly they use the trees to make poles for the pole posts, and then they use grass to make medicinal balls, which is called chimpombwa in Nyanja.
Yeah.
In Nyanja it's called chimpombwa. Then they make also, there are those games for Nsolo.
Traditional games.
Traditional games like Nsolo, they use the locally available. Even the land by itself, is a locally available resource. So since they have the land, so we encourage them, like my colleague said, that we are encouraging them to have facilities, sporting facilities. So land is part of the facilities that we have, that they make their own grounds through their headmen. They make their own facilities where they can access sporting activities. Yes, they may not be on the level that is expected to be, but at least we've seen that they are trying, because they are trying and they are making these facilities. They are also making sure that they engage everyone in sporting activity, because they've seen sports is for health benefits. Either old or young, they all need to exercise their bodies and to be physically fit. And most especially during this period of COVID, it is very, very necessary to see that they do physical activities that can also boost their immune system.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has been very informative. We've learned, and I'm sure the viewers were curious to see how our program really works, and even anyone from the rural areas can watch this and get ideas on how to do IGAs, and not necessarily waiting for sports equipment from town, but they can utilize their own resources, etc. So that being said, if there's just one point of your program that you would want people to remember after today, what would that be? One thing they can take with them from this interview.
One thing I think they can take is that in the areas where we've been working, we've seen that there's a lot of ignorance, most especially when it comes to sporting activities for people living with disabilities.
Yes.
So many children or people living with disabilities are discriminated in the communities. They are always enclosed indoors. So as Response Network, we encourage inclusion, and we've seen that at least 5% of the people that are living with disabilities, after our engagement, we've seen that they have been included in the sporting activities, and they are also taking leadership roles in their communities, in their committees. So now the community also feels that some of these people are part and parcel of their communities, and they can also contribute to the development of the communities, and they can be included in decision making for the development of the communities. That is one point that I've seen, and I would want people to take, because if you don't engage them, disability is not inability. So
Yes.
we've seen them coming up, and they're taking responsibilities, and they are contributing to the development. Though some communities, we have communities which are very active and very involving, but it's not always a bed of roses, because there are activity, there are communities where you go and people are very negative about programs because they're used to handouts, and as Response Network we don't give handouts. Yeah.
Yes. That's wonderful, actually. As you've said, disability really is not inability, and I think in the rural areas, certain things have stigmas around them. So your work is really important in broadening people's ways of thinking, so to speak. So that in itself is a success, right? But is there any other success stories that you can share with us? A team that's doing particularly well, or a certain individual who has overcome a lot of obstacles, etc.?
I think I'll point out one lady. Last year we had a training of referees, and then we have this particular lady. After the training, she started practicing. Because in most cases, ladies in the rural areas are not given that platform to officiate games. But for her, she was very bold and told them, okay, there is a league here. I need to do what? I need to be officiating, because practice makes perfect. I need to practice what I've been told, what I've been trained. So they gave him one game, and then they saw that she did well, better than some men who were proving to be more superior to the women. And then this woman now, we've affiliated her to the Referees Association of Zambia, and they are going to be training her more and more. And this time around, when you go, they say, no, we want this lady to officiate. Because they know men are very confused at times, So they think that for her, she stand her foot down when it comes to officiating, and she is not biased. So she has learned the skill, and because before they used to talk about her, that how can a woman start putting on shorts and officiating main games? Women are not supposed to do that. So some people were even discriminating her from the society, but the brothers always encouraged her because she had passion, and she didn't want her passion to just die out like that. We continued encouraging her, but as I speak now, I'm proud because I'm a woman. Being a woman, you feel so good to see other women prospering, other women, because we need to light each other's candle. So this woman is a very unique woman in the rural area. She's the only one that I've seen in the rural area that officiate main games.
And not only that, the passion goes beyond, because she wants to develop her skill and start officiating in premier skills games, and she wants herself to be seen on television and officiating bigger games. So I think she has a very big dream for that career.
That's wonderful. I'm sure she will also even be an inspiration to other little girls who see her and see that it's also possible for them, and that just being a girl is not, it's not anything that should hold you back. All right. So just to wrap this up, we are in the middle of a pandemic ongoing with no end in sight as at now. So that means that people really haven't been going out as much. They've been trying to isolate themselves as much as possible. Are there any at-home exercise regimens that you could recommend for those that are just, stuck at home, bored in the house and in the house bored? Just easy steps that they can do around their houses.
Okay, actually there are a lot of exercises, activities that they can do, in as much as they're enclosed indoors, but at least they have compounds where they can do running, where they can do sit-ups, where they can do push-ups, where they can do, there are so many activities that you can do as a person. If you can always get 30 minutes, you do certain exercises, you'll be fit, and you'll even keep healthy. You beat COVID, because if your immune system is boosted through exercises, definitely I think you would have passed COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that the ones that you mentioned don't even require equipment at home, do they? You can just, it just requires your body.
Exactly.
So anyone can do it basically. All right, well guys, thank you for joining us today. I'm sure we've all learned quite a bit. And are there any closing words that you would like to share?
Yeah, as response network facilitators, our role or duty to share knowledge and experiences and skills on how a person or clubs or local associations can develop from their stage to another level. So we encourage them to be linked or to affiliate themselves to motherboard structures like the Football Association of Zambia, Netball Association of Zambia, so that they are known and they are recognized by the motherboard associations. By so doing, they will receive they can receive materials, not only materials but also technical capacity building, like they will be attending trainings that can help them advance or maybe move from their level to another level. So by so doing, it helps also in talent exposure, because we have a number of our local participants who are now playing in bigger teams, like Alomo Jettas, some that are in premier level. So they started from the grassroots, and because we encourage them to get linked or to affiliate to these associations, they find their way to bigger teams. So who knows, sports has opportunities which are open. It doesn't matter you are learned or not learned. What matters is your skill. So be committed and opportunities will come your way.
All right.
Yeah. To me, since I'm a lady and I'm a woman, I'll encourage my fellow women that sports has a lot of opportunities, most especially to us women. Let us not always enclose ourselves. Let us be open-minded. Let us think outside the box. Opportunities cannot come to you when you don't think outside the box. Engage yourself in these meetings that Response Network is carrying out, because we have so many people that are now out of the country, but it was through our encouragement and inspiring them. So as women, we need to step up our game. This is our time. We are no longer kept in the kitchen. We also have other roles and responsibilities as women. We need to contribute in making decisions in our communities, and that's how we can develop as a country. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. And also we have sports manuals available that can give you a step-by-step guide on how you can start your sport journey or your sports club in the rural areas, and that can be downloaded from our website responsenetwork.org. And I'm sure if anyone has any questions for Annette and Amon, you can reach out on our social media and we'll make sure that they get that message. So you can follow us on Facebook at Response Network, on Twitter at response.network, and also on Instagram at the same handle. So thank you for joining us, guys.
Thank you.